Gosh, that's so good. Well, I'll let y'all sit down. So, this guy that we're about to introduce is, gosh, I'm gonna try to hold it together. He's really dear to my heart, honestly. I don't think I've ever met someone like this guy. The heart and the hunger and the obedience, that's really the biggest thing that I can think of when I think of Austin Chapman, is the obedience to be a holy and godly man. And I think that he is something I honestly aspire to be. Austin was actually one of me and Baylor's youth students, and I've seen Austin grow into a God-fearing man. And it's an honor to see the acts of obedience that you have taken to get to this place. And I honestly cannot wait to hear what God has put in your heart, and I cannot wait to just see the growth in your leadership and as you as a man, as you step onto this platform, and honestly the hurdles that you've made and the things that you deal with, and I cannot wait to hear what you say today. So if you guys would stand on your feet and give honor to honor and welcome Austin Chapman. Can we give it up for Jesus today? It's not about you, it's all about him.
So, Joseph, I honestly would not be here without you. Jared or Bailey, honestly. Y'all been just everything in my life. So I just want to give honor where honor's due to that. So, have any of you ever tried out for a varsity team or like applied for a scholarship somewhere and you got it, but you ended up getting it taken away or you just couldn't use it? Or better yet, how many of you know how special it is to get a scholarship to go to the school of your dreams? How many of you actually know how special making the varsity team is? Or maybe trying out for the worship team and getting it, or maybe not getting it, or just getting it taken away. So I started playing basketball when I was about in the 5th grade. Most of my friends started playing whenever probably since the day they were born, since the day they could walk. So, for me, I remember this one game when I was coming off the bench at the time because I was white boy. You know what they say about white boys? They can't jump. Hey, that's not shots, Christian. So, I remember this one game when I came off the bench, and I was so super excited to get in the game that whenever I got in, I rebounded a missed shot. And I wasn't paying attention to which goal I was scoring in. So whenever I shot the ball, I almost scored the wrong goal. And so, but luckily, I missed the shot. But that was like the most embarrassing thing ever. So, just times like that, and then also just the hours I put into my craft to be the best player I could be. And the money that we spent, my grandparents spent in physical training or personal training and stuff like that. All of that just really gave me the love for the game. So if you hear me talk about basketball, it's because I love it. That's why I go on and on about LeBron James. Harden. Man, Steve Curry sucks.
Say that one more time.
Garrett, Stephen Curry sucks. Anyway, yeah, so my love comes from just the hours I put in all that. So, fast forward a few years, it's senior year, and it's just a normal day. And I wake up, I go to school, I go throughout my day, go through all my classes, and we get to after school, and I go to the weight room. We have a workout, and this particular day, I'm feeling good about myself. I don't know. I feel like I used to think I was invincible. So for this particular workout, we're doing squats, and I go down into my squat. Actually, I just had like 250 or something. I was like, man, that's too light. So I had to go up to 275 because that was lightweight. So I go up to 275, and then my spotter comes up to me. He's like, hey man, do you need somebody to spot you? Like, nah man, I got this. So he goes off and he's like talking to his friend or whatever. And so he's not paying any attention. So I go to squat and I go down to 9 degrees. And I just done four reps. So I go to do my last rep. And as I'm doing my last rep, I go down to 90 and I get fatigued and I bend over just a tad. My spotter is nowhere near me. And when I do it, I feel like this tear, this rip in my back or whatever. And at the time I didn't know what it was. But I'm like, my back. So I'm like, and then I realized that I got really pain in my shoulders, so I gotta pick it up. So I'm like, so I get it up and I rack it away. And then when I rack it, I go to the coach and I'm like, hey man, my back is, I don't know what it is, and jack it up. So then a few days later, like the pain starts getting excruciating. Like the tolerance is like, it's at like 9.5 to 10. Like it was the most pain like I'd ever felt in my entire life. So as the days keep going, like the pain keeps getting worse and worse. And I actually go to a trainer and they start stretching me because they think it's like a pulled muscle or something in my back. So as I do that, a few days go by and I'm like, my trainer's like, you gotta go to the doctor, man, this ain't getting better. So I go to the doctor and we get x-rays, and as I'm getting x-rays, or after I get x-rays, we find out that I have a herniated disc. And herniated disc is, all this is that you have discs in your back, and like, and they have like this fluid in them. So like, if you break the disc or whatever, like the fluid will come out and it'll like pinch your nerve. So it's not normal. And I was 18 whenever it happened. So the doctors are like, you're 18, man, this ain't supposed to happen. And they start telling me that you're never going to be able to walk the same again. You're never going to be able to lift the same again. You're never going to be able to squat the same again. You're never going to be able to squat again, really. And like all these, like everything they were saying, like it just kept like playing through my mind, like it just tore me apart. I was like, this is everything I lived for. And so for me during this time of my life, I never really knew what that meant. I never really understood what it meant. But I'd heard this particular word in my lifetime. Maybe it was through my teachers talking about Thomas doubting Jesus at the time, or like Jesus' resurrection. Or maybe it was because like some people say we're doubting our calling or whatever. So I heard the word, but I didn't know what it meant. And so like I knew what it looked like and what it sounded like, but I didn't know what it felt like. So when I went through this time of my life, I began like crying out to God, like, God, why'd you do this to me? Don't you realize how much time and energy I put into this sport so I could make the boys varsity basketball team? I was wrecked because I believe the quote that we all probably heard, and it's that bad things should happen to good people. I'm here to tell you that this quote is a lie. There's no truth in this, because there are no good people. Or are sinners saved by God's grace. So there are only people that are born into sin and saved by God's grace. There was nothing that we could do to earn His love. He freely offered Himself up for us because God knew that Jesus was the only way to restore the vertical connection to Him. There was no good deed that we could do to undo what Satan did through Adam and Eve. Jesus was the only way, and God knew that. So, a lot of y'all might know what that means. Some of y'all may not. But for me, I really didn't. I thought I did. But doubt is a feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction. To call into question the truth of. To be uncertain is also to demonstrate the lack of confidence. And so now that you know what doubt is, or what doubt means, you need to know the effects of it. And so, if you have your Bible, everybody should have the Bible here. Since Jerry said I gotta do this, if you got your Bible, I want you to hold it up and wave it in the air like you just don't care. That's what you're right. Give me 1 minute. Alright. So, James 1, 5-8. If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and He will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking, but when you ask Him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver, for a person with divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the winds. Such people should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Their loyalty is divided between God and the world, and they are unstable in everything they do. Alright, so sometimes when we pray to God, we've already made up in our minds that God's not giving you an answer to prayer in the first place. So, and that mindset right there, that hinders God from even answering our prayers, because that's doubt. Like, we're doubting God to answer our prayer before we even give Him a chance to answer our prayer. So, God wants to answer our prayers, and He will answer our prayers, and He tells us that. And so, a lot of y'all know my story, and a lot of y'all, so whenever I came out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I went into, I actually was thinking about coming to City College then, but I guess it just wasn't the right time, so I didn't come. So I went to Coastal Alabama, and I began a business degree, and I was like, this ain't for me. So then I've been good at computers for a time, so I went into computer technology and sciences and stuff like that. But I found out while I was doing it that wasn't for me either, because I would read the chapters and I'm like, man, I can't understand anything. Computer's its own language. If you don't believe me, go check it out. So, so as I was doing that, I was like, this ain't for me. Like, I don't want to just make money. Yeah, I could make $100,000 being a computer and technology and stuff like that. But I didn't want to make money. I wanted to be effective. I just felt like God was calling me to something more than just making money. Yeah, money's not bad. You can do a lot of good things with money. But that wasn't for me. So Pastor Danny, I started talking to people around church, and I was like, man, this ain't for me. I can't do this for the rest of my life. I don't know what I want to do. But Pastor Danny, heard about it or whatever. Word got around, said for me. And so Pastor Danny, I saw him one time. He was like, hey man, I want to meet. So we scheduled a meeting, and so we meet at Starbucks, and because that's Pastor Danny's favorite place. So we meet at Starbucks, and he just wants to know my story and what makes me me and all that good stuff. And so after the meeting, Pastor Danny says, Austin, I want you to pray about this and see God, just ask God if He wants you to do this. And I was like, yes, sir, I will. And I tell them that I actually have been praying for it because during the fast last year, I fasted for it, the whole fast. And he was like, so have you had an answer yet? I was like, no, sir. So he told me, well, actually, he gave me this verse I just read to y'all, James 1:5-8. And whenever I read it, that verse changed my life. It changed my prayer life. It changed everything about just the way I think and like the way I pray. So I just want to thank you, Pastor Danny, for that. And so, yeah. So that happens. So we have the meeting and everything, and then everything lines up, and here I am at Cedar College. And so there are three key things, or three keys that doubt brings. And the first one is doubt. It leads to anxiety. And anxiety leads to worry. And worry leads to fear. So by show of hands, how many of you want these effects in your life? Anybody? Oh, you gotta be lying. Anyway. Now, I know y'all should want that. Right. So in order to avoid those effects, we have to learn how to overcome them. So I believe there are three ways to overcome doubt. And the first thing is through relationships. When I was going through doubt, I overcame it through the relationships and the people that God put in my life. Relationships is just community. If Jesus had community in his life, why wouldn't we have it in ours? So the next way to overcome doubt is through reading the Word. In order to overcome my doubt, I began filling my mind with God's truths. And more truths than the enemy was filling my mind with lies.
Wow, that's good.
Because the enemy, he just continues to fill your mind with lies. And if you're not filling it with God's Word, and because the Word is completely true. Like there's nothing that in the Bible that is void. It's always truth. So, and each morning I would wake up and I would just start praying, God, just open my eyes and my ears and just, God, help me to see and live like Jesus, and just show me and open my, just give me the meaning behind this verses so I can believe it. As I did that, I began to understand and believe the truth that I was reading. And the next way to overcome doubt is through worship. There's something so powerful that happens when you get alone with God in an audience of one. Something powerful happens when you sit in God's presence and you just let him just start to speak to you. And you just worship him for all he is and all he has done for you, just everything. As God begins to speak to you, you begin to change. Your heart begins to change. Everything about your life begins to change. And God he did that in my life then. And he's doing it in y'all's lives too, right now. And so the next, perception. Perception is the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. That gives us the ability to see truth. It leads us to truth. And it led me to truth in two ways. First, that led me to realize that my injury would allow me to relate with people who I would not be able to relate with if I didn't have that back injury in the first place. And the next thing it led me to realize was the glory that my injury would bring God through my testimony, and just in the long run, just the glory that it would bring God, because just like now I want y'all to turn in your Bible to John 9:1-3. And in John 9:1-3, it says, as Jesus was walking along, he saw a man who had been born blind from birth. Rabbi, his disciples asked him, why was this man born blind? was it because of his own sins or his parents' sins? It was not because of his sins or his parents' sins. Jesus answered, this happened so the power of God could be seen in him. So today, maybe you're struggling with, has God really called me here? Maybe you're doubting God because your finances aren't lining up and you don't see where the money's going to come from. Maybe you're doubting God because things in your life just aren't going right and you just don't see how he can make a way. But I'm here to tell you, whenever it feels like you're being punished for sins you have committed, whenever it feels like your world is falling down and your doubts are piling up right in front of you, remember that you are not alone. God is right there with you. He promises to never leave you or forsake you. And you can rest assured of that. So, I see each of y'all like as a diamond. Like, God's, like, we're all diamonds. Like, it's through the pressure and the temperature, the extreme heat that God beginning to shape us into and mold us into who he wants us to be. And it's through the cuts of a diamond that can shine. So, as God is like, I see you as a diamond because God's cutting you in ways that you don't see it, but like one day he's gonna have, like, whenever it's all done, you're gonna be shining for him. And so as this song I Am Not Alone plays, I want you to ask yourself and really think of a time when you doubted God. I want you to also ask yourself, God, do I completely trust you? Or do I doubt some of your ways? Then I want you to ask God to forgive you for doubting his perfect plan for your life. Because God's plan is perfect. It says in Jeremiah 29:11 that I know the plans I have for you, saith the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. So God knows exactly where he's leading you. You just gotta trust him. And you just can't have any doubt. Just trust him through it all. So I just want y'all to just sit in this time. I want Dom to turn the music up. I want you to sit in this and think of those questions that just of if you're doubting God or whatever. So